Have you ever visited an aquarium or an indoor zoo? Don't you just love looking at the animals from a safe point behind the glass? But while you may feel safe on your side, you may want to take a step or two back. Not always is the glass as strong as you think, and it won't take a Harry Potter for a gorilla or a snake to escape. Moreover, we depend on glass for everything, but sometimes the glass isn't as strong as we think, and that's when the unthinkable happens. From incidents of animals smashing through glass to careless people walking straight through doors, here are incidences where the glass wasn't strong enough. Be sure to watch until number 1. That can frighten anyone out of their wits. Shark tank explodes in Shanghai, China. One of the most shocking incidences of an unsafe aquarium was when a shark tank exploded in a mall in Shanghai, China. It was no doubt the most terrifying moment of their lives for unsuspecting shoppers and their kids when the entire glass panel, which they felt was safe, smashed to pieces. 33 tons of water gushed into the area like the Titanic sinking, including flying pieces of glass that injured 16 people. But that was hardly the concern. What was more dangerous was the 11 sharks among other marine creatures set free. Authorities said it had something to do with the unusually hot weather, which may have weakened the glass paneling. So, glass melts at 700 to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Authorities said the unusual heat may have weakened the glass panels. I think something fishy's going on here. Ill-fated demonstration.
Glass. 4-ply. Bulletproof.
Gary Hoy was a lawyer who worked on the 24th floor of a multi-story tower. One day, he was tasked with giving an office tour to a group of students, but that was to end in tragedy. Showing off to the students how strong the glass windows were, he did the silliest thing of throwing himself against the panel. And he had done the same thing before. Perhaps he overestimated things, because this time the glass smashed, and the entire window popped out of its frame. Gary fell 24 stories down, and needless to say, did not survive. The window was replaced with a thicker panel, but then again, the damage had been done. Gorilla smashes glass at zoo.
Right now, this window is covered with wood, but there's still glass here to keep the gorillas away from all these visitors.
One of the scariest incidences of an animal breaking glass occurred at the Henry Dorley Zoo in Omaha. Kids got the fright of their lives when a gorilla went berserk for no reason and charged straight at the group of kids standing on the other side of the glass. The window cracked, but luckily didn't give way, being built with multiple layers to prevent such things from happening. Check out the terrifying sight caught by CCTV footage of kids screaming and one very annoyed ape. One shudders to think what would have happened if the glass shattered. That would have been a real tragedy. John Hancock, tower trouble.
A rain of glass falling onto pedestrians below.
A dangerous incident of glass not holding took place at the John Hancock Tower in 1974. Everyone knows how the John Hancock Tower was a real waste of cash and turned out a ridiculous nightmare. But the worst thing about it was the 500-pound window panes that one day started giving way and falling hundreds of feet down to the road below. Thankfully, no one was in the way, or else a number of people may have been injured fatally. The police cordoned off the entire street surrounding the building with wind speeds in excess of 45 miles per hour for people's safety. Polar bear smashes glass with brick. What you're about to see here is crazy and unbelievable too. While two men were standing at a polar bear enclosure talking, a polar bear can be seen swimming on the other side of the glass. It suddenly picks up a brick and throws it on the panel, which doesn't do much damage. Even as the men carry on speaking, the bear does it a second time, but this time the men are startled out of their wits because it actually smashes the glass. It looks like the polar bear was in a bearish mood. Thank goodness there was no further damage to them or the bear. Monkey escapes enclosure at zoo. Till now, you've seen how animals tried smashing the glass with intent to escape. Here's one clip that sent kids screaming helter-skelter. Out of nowhere, a group of monkeys escaped their enclosure and can be seen running to the shallow moat of water. Unexpecting parents don't react even as they see the monkey swimming towards them. When one guy suddenly climbs the short concrete wall, that's when reality strikes and kids start to run. But the monkeys seem more amused than anything else and weren't chasing anyone. Wasn't there a song about monkeys in a boat? 5 little monkeys riding in a boat. One fell out and swam in the moat? I don't know. Little monkey smashes glass. One of the most amusing incidences of glass not being strong enough took place at a zoo in Henan Province, central China. A small little monkey was housed in a rather large enclosure that had big stones strewn all over. Monkeys being the intelligent creatures that they are, this one picks up a stone and begins to hit the glass. Not really expecting anything to happen, the monkey carries on for a second and third time, when to its own shock, the glass shatters. Rather than escape, the incident seemed to have frightened the little guy away. Aw, poor little babe's scared. Maybe he's saying to himself, I won't do that again. Maybe. Deer smashes through store window.
Why would this deer forage for food when the grocery store is so close to the woods?
Animals like deer can do damage if they wanted to. A viral video was released showing a deer charging a shop window in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It seems the deer decided to do some shopping at the American Eagle Outfitters and was peeved at seeing it closed. The buck then charges head-on straight through the window and smashes its way in. Perhaps something may have caught its eye. The deer then wanders through the store till someone called emergency and spooked it out. But when doing so, it decided to smash through another window on its way out. Sadly, though, while it escaped, it was definitely cut and bruised in several places. Rescue teams failed to locate it. Poor old deer. Can't get a break. Showdown with showroom window. Showroom windows are pretty strong and can withstand quite an amount of force without smashing to bits. But when a car drives through them, you can hardly expect them not to give way, can you? Well, that's what happened in India when a wannabe female driver was checking out new cars in a showroom and decided to see what it felt like behind the wheels of her favorite car. It seems enthusiasm got the better of her, and she drove straight through the showroom door. Needless to say, everyone was shocked and stunned by what happened, but thankfully no one was injured. The girl was accompanied by her parents, and we don't think she got the car. Bear smashes window.
Hulk smash, buddy.
But on this day, broken glass at an empty brown bear exhibit is the main attraction.
Speaking about bears breaking glass, the incident at Minnesota Family Zoo involving Kenny the bear was frightening to say the least. Kenny became a sensation overnight when he found a huge rock in his pond and kept throwing it at the glass. It was surprising because zoo authorities say Kenny had never shown aggression before. Kenny finally managed to shatter the glass panel completely, and that's 5 layers too. If you take a good look at that glass, it's a wonder the panel didn't give way, or else Kenny would have been on the other side in a flash. I can't bear to watch this. Woman backs into a shop window.
Now to a messy scene in Lakewood after a car slammed into a liquor store. This happened around 7 this morning at Del Amo and Paramount.
One of the most notorious incidences when the glass wasn't strong enough was when a woman backed her car straight through a liquor shop window. CCTV footage captured in Muskegon Heights, Michigan, shows drunk driver Samantha Lynn Baxter backing her SUV straight through the large glass show window of a liquor store. The serial offender had just been released from prison and may have liked it so much she thought of doing something bizarre to get back in. The delivery man who was on the scene suffered severe injuries to his hip and leg. Baxter was charged with arrest for drunk driving again. Giraffe smashes car window. In a freakish incident in 2018, a couple was driving through England's West Midlands Safari Park when they were confronted by a huge adult giraffe that was curious to see what was in the car. The giraffe just wouldn't let up and kept trying to move its head inside. When the woman tries to roll up the glass window, it doesn't budge, and then the unthinkable happens. The window smashes against the giraffe's head, and that was enough to make it pull away. Unfortunately, though, the giraffe may have had glass pieces stuck in its head, but then that was taken care of by the zoo. Silly giraffe, glass is for humans. Man walks through door. There are some people too caught up in their world or life to notice they may be doing the wrong thing. This is exactly what happened in what appears to be a public office or a bank in Pakistan. A man can be seen going through his papers and may have been too engrossed to notice the sliding door. Thinking he was on the right path so that the door would open as he approaches, he instead walks right through the side panel, shattering the entire glass door. While he may not have been severely injured, it is a lesson to have your wits about you at all times, and your head out of your papers, and your mobile phone for that matter. Tiger scratches glass. Almost everyone has been to a zoo where animals are kept behind a glass enclosure, but wouldn't it be the worst nightmare if you see a lion or tiger breaking through that glass? Here's an incident that could have taken a nasty turn if the glass wasn't strong enough. In this video, a man is relaxing and resting against the glass of the tiger enclosure when the tiger starts trying to gnaw and keeps scratching the glass. Had the large animal kept on at it, the glass could have easily given way, and that would have been a disastrous result. Needless to say, the man definitely would not have been as relaxed as before. Deer smashes through beauty salon.
The owner of a hair salon on Long Island had quite the scare and is now assessing the damage.
I guess American Eagle Outfitters wasn't enough for it. You've seen how the glass wasn't strong enough on so many occasions, but this video at number 1 takes the cake and is the most bizarre of all. The scene at a Long Island salon seems quite normal, with customers waiting on the sofa while a hairdresser is attending to another. Out of the blue, a huge buck suddenly charges straight through the main glass door and shatters it. The buck can be seen jumping clear over the shoulders of one of the waiting customers and then charges around the salon. Ultimately, it makes its way out through the front door. But that was indeed a frightening moment because it isn't every day that you'd expect a deer to come charging through the glass. Perhaps it may have been too eager to get a hairdo. Or maybe he couldn't find the right color for his newly polished antlers. So, which one of these videos has fascinated you the most?